Right before the summer season, it's the best time, right, to start swimming lessons for your kids. So Jamie Sarnowski is here from Fun for First Coast Kids. So great to see you again, as always. So this is really interesting. I think people do it at many different ages. I learned how to swim at 2 years old.
Yes.
Like they wanted to start me as soon as possible. So what age do you recommend, or is it different for everybody?
Yeah, so no, I feel like, I feel like that is, I think timing-wise, it's like really good to get in early. A lot of them book up really quickly, and I think sometimes there's an adjustment period for kids to learn how to swim. So like you were saying, like any time of year is great, but I think getting in as early as possible so they're strong and confident by the time the swim season gets here is great. And I think that all parents have different comfort levels of like when they think their kids are ready.
Yeah.
They have them for like babies all the way up to adults. Like I had my kids in when they were babies, but we also had a pool in the backyard, so it made me feel better.
And my grandma did too. That's why she wanted to make sure.
I know. So I'm thankful I did, because I even to this day there was like some memories I have that came back. Like I was cleaning the backyard and the kids were playing, and my daughter was like, "Mom, he's trying to swim," and my son had like fallen in.
Oh,
and,
gosh.
I just like I get terrified thinking of like what could have happened, because it can be so fast.
Yes.
And there was another time at a public pool where he went down the slide and kind of got caught in like the little current. And I remember I looked at the lifeguard, and it felt like we looked at each other for like 10 minutes, but I probably gave him like a half a millisecond, and I just jumped in with my clothes on like a crazy.
Like I'm getting in there before the lifeguard even
when you get into that like mama bear mode, everything else just kind of disappears. I didn't have a change of clothes, so lesson learned. But
hey, but the safety of your child is priceless,
so I do think,
right?
Like,
you got to make sure.
Overall, the sooner the better, and so I think it's important for sure.
Yeah, definitely, because even if you don't have a pool, there's the beach, lakes, rivers.
Yes, we're like in survival mode. I feel like
we have everything.
The summer where we just have to be around water, right?
Exactly. Yeah, boating. Are there any indoor pools for year-round opportunities?
Yeah, so I think we're really lucky that we're in an area that has a lot of options. I think we have over 30 listed in our directory on our page.
Oh, wow.
Some of the the YMCA's are typically close to everyone, and there's a location that they can find. A lot of their locations will teach lessons indoors. There's a couple new ones I wanted to mention people might not have heard of. British Swim School, they've only been around about a year, but they'll teach in the pools at the LA Fitnesses. There's one over on Atlantic, and there's one in Orange Park. So they do a wonderful job, and they kind of teach all skills and age levels and that kind of thing. And then Champion Swim School is another one. So their owner, Pam Villa, she's been teaching for over 30 years. So she's not new to the area, but she's got a new location. She's at the Good Shepherd Church, and it was actually built 104 years ago after the Cummer family had lost their 2-year-old grandson to a drowning in the St. Johns River. So they donated money to the church. They built this beautiful pool, and as like a mission to like teach Jacksonville how to swim. So I think they're going to make a fantastic team. She does a great job and is very passionate. Now she can do it year round and 7 days a week. So it's a great, can be a great partnership.
Yeah, we've got great options here. That's wonderful.
For sure.
All right, so where can you said you've got a plethora of resources for us. Where can we learn more?
So we also have a swimming and dive team. So if your kid is also like an expert swimmer or like wants to get into it, there's a whole page on like swimming and dive teams. Swimming Safari has a competitive swim team they're doing this summer. And if you go to firstcoastkids.com, you under our sports program page, you can find swimming lessons, and there's swimming dive teams, and you can narrow by like the age of the child and the area of town, so you can find like what fits best for your family.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is such important information, especially as we're getting into this time of year.
Absolutely.
So thanks again. Great to see you.
Thank you, you too.